Hi everyone, this is Liz from Creative Life of Liz, and I'm here planning for the week of February 2nd through the 8th. This is in my B&R Paper Crafts Plan B planner. And for this week, I'm also using a kit from B&R Paper Crafts called Pink Traveling. I am going to be in Phoenix for the first half of the week, and so I wanted a kit that kind of met those vibes at least a little bit. This is obviously not Phoenix, but I thought it would be fun to have some kind of similar vibes, and I'm going to try to choose which boxes I use to match the vibes as much as possible. This is a deluxe kit, and this is the first time I'm using it. It is on matte vinyl. This is a full box page. Here's bottom washi and date covers, glittery boxes, some functional things, full box checklists, 4 more full boxes and some more functionals, some glitter headers and little things, and then washi strips and not glitter headers. So my plan is to use the To Do Today little things. And I plan to use the date covers and bottom washi. I feel like these colors go well with the kind of like desert vibes, so I'm excited for that. And then I am going to use the date dots. So I'm going to fill in all that stuff, and then I will come back so that we can do the interesting bits. Okay, here's where we're at thus far with the setup, and I think it's looking pretty cute. I have a good number of full boxes, so let me find those. I have 4 here, and then I have the 9 that are here. So what do I want to use and not use? So I think in terms of the girls, I might use these 2. So that's 2 boxes. Let's see. Maybe 3, 4, 5. These 2 I'm pretty sure are Singapore, but I mean, it is what it is. I don't think that matters. I need 8 in total. Well, let's see. I have this one that I don't want to use because that's the bottom washi one. And then let me see what the little washi strips are. Okay. So it would include this one. So I could do 6, 7, and then maybe one of the kind of like brunchy ones, maybe this one for my 8th box. All right, so that means I'm gonna pair these 2 together. I'm gonna pair these 2 together. I'm gonna pair these 2 together. So that leaves this one and this one as the 2 like mismatched. This is not Phoenix as a skyline, but I do feel like it really captures the vibes. So we're gonna stick this up here for this one, and then I'm gonna put this one that's, you know, purportedly Paris over here on Thursday. There we go. All right, and then I kind of want to see, how do I divide up the girls? I think I'm gonna do this one here on Wednesday. And then that puts this one on Friday. There we go. That page is done for now. And then I think I want to put this one on Monday. And then that puts this one on Sunday, which, I mean, it's probably not going to feel like paradise by the time I'm back home, but we could be lucky. And then that leaves these 2. So I think I'm going to put the brunch one on Saturday. And then this kind of like picnic basket-esque one here on Tuesday. All right, there we go. That is looking pretty cute. Moving on to the sidebar. Let's see, I need this page. I need maybe this page. And I need this page. We'll see if I need anything else. Okay, first off, I'm gonna start off with the this week. Seems like a logical place to start. If I can get it to pick up, that would be delightful. Most of this cut really well, so I'm not really sure why just like a couple of these didn't seem to get cut quite deep enough. I'm gonna cut on top of my planner again because I'm dumb like that. I'm gonna leave some white space on this setup. All right, so I have either the dark blue habit tracker or the pink one. Given that this is February, so I'm trying to really like use a lot of pink. I'm gonna use the pink one. There we go. And then I need a header. I'm gonna use this one that says dinners. Very logical, I think. There we go. And then I need this guy to track said dinners. There we go. And then I do still have a good amount of space left. So I think first off, I have this little box, which I think that I should just, maybe I'll align here with the bottom washi. There we go. That leaves this much space, which is probably one of these boxes. All right, I think that looks pretty good spacing wise. Moving on to the daily plans, I don't know which pages I'm gonna need. This page I shouldn't need. That can go to the side. This page I wanna leave out. This one I shouldn't need, so I'm gonna leave that to the side. All right, this one I shouldn't need, so I'm gonna leave that one to the side. All right, on Monday, I do have the Plan With Me Monday thing, but it's actually not going to be a Plan With Me day. I also am not going to take out the garbage because we are going to be in Phoenix. The thing that I will have happening is I will have a video going up still. It's going to be my monthly from January. I'm just rearranging things a little bit. So I'm going to stick that up here at the top. It's probably going to go up quite early my time. So who knows when socials will get posted, but it's fine. Otherwise, I have no idea what's going on Monday. Tuesday, also super up in the air. Wednesday, the biggest thing that I have is we're going to be coming home. So I think that definitely needs a large box. Which color do I want to use? Maybe I'll use this one. I'm going to try to use a lot of pink. So we'll be getting home quite late. It'll be the last thing we do during the day. And I am going to use one of these house markers for getting home, as you might expect. Otherwise, I've got nothing planned for that day. Hopefully I can use these guys somewhere, just to finish off that page. Moving on to the second half of the week. I am going to start with a couple of these. Usually I use these to mark work. I'm only working 2 days during the week, so I don't need as many as usual, but I am going to use a couple of them for marking work still. I mean, why mess with a system that seems like it works pretty well? Oh no, this one is not cut very well. Okay, I'm gonna just try to trim an end enough that I can pick it up. Will that work? Yes, okay. There we go. Putting that one down. Thursday, we don't have curling. We have a bye week, so I get to leave that part blank. Friday, I will have my Plan With Me go up, but as I mentioned, it's in the wrong order. from usual, but that's fine. I'm gonna stick it with a little thing over here as well. There we go. That's kind of like the, I think, only other thing going on Friday. And then we're gonna move on to the weekend. Saturday is our biggest thing that's going on. I want to use, I'm going to use one of these big boxes, not because it takes up as much time, but just because it's the biggest activity that's happening. I'm going to stick it down up here so that I have space for like the little things down there. And I'm going to label it date night. We have a concert that night that we will be attending. And then Sunday, I honestly have no idea what's going to be happening. I obviously have tons of stuff left in this kit for figuring out whatever it is that I actually am doing during the week. But for now, I think I'm going to leave it at here for the pre-planning. So stick around for just a second and you can see the finished spread. All right, here is the finished spread. I think it turned out super cute. Definitely fun vibes. I got a lot of pink in here. I really like how it turned out. I really did pull in a lot from the kit, so I still have a lot left though. I have a bunch of functional things, some boxes, glitter headers, more functionals, some washi strips, boxes and stuff, full box checklists, one full box here and some functional stuff, and then 4 full boxes here, and then I did finish this page. So my plan is to take this stuff and I'm gonna package it up, and there is probably enough to get at least most of another spread done. So that's gonna go in my leftovers, and then I also did pull out my extra full boxes that I just have in my stash. That's also going back in the stash. In terms of things I didn't pull from that kit from B&R Paper Crafts, this is a little Chasing Chelsea. This one is from Planner Cuties Co., I believe. Piper Paper Company, Jessica Aaron Design, whatever it was called at the time. This full box is from Itty Bitty Sticker Co. And then this is a little Aspen from Creative Cavern Studio. But otherwise, I really just used the kit. This week had lots of ups and downs. We had some really nice travel time over here. In the first half of the week, we were in Phoenix, got some warm weather, did a lot of really fun activities, and then flew home and then had no power overnight. That part not so fun because it was like 5 degrees Fahrenheit here at the time, but luckily our power came back on early Thursday morning, and then it was all about catching up on work. So lots of work catch up here and here, and then the Olympics opening ceremony was in the evening, which is why I put this on this day. We actually started watching the Olympics over here, but definitely this was the kind of official start of the Olympics, and I really wanted to use this Molly, and I think that she goes really well with this spread. And then the weekend was super cold. We have not hit positive digits yet here on Monday morning, but we did go to a concert on Saturday, got a few errands run and things like that, and then it was just hanging out inside on Sunday while it was super cold, watching the Olympics, relaxing, catching up on a few things, and then the Super Bowl with the Bad Bunny halftime show closing out the week. So lots of ups and downs, but I do think it turned out pretty well overall and definitely looks super cute in my planner. So that's all I have for today. As always, please like and subscribe below if you haven't already. I really appreciate it. It helps me out. Let me know how your week went down below, or your favorite Olympics events that you've been watching. I would love to hear about that. If you're not feeling chatty, leave me some sort of like sporting Olympics related emoji just to say hi. I would love to hear from you. And then follow me on Instagram and Blue Sky at Creative Life of Liz. You'll see in progress and finished spreads, bits and pieces of my life, what I'm reading, all that good stuff. And until next time, bye.